Hey guys, so hear me out. I had an epiphany the other day. I was just laying in bed and an idea or something just popped in my head, okay? So in my last video, I showed how to price a card without comps. Okay? Well, it was using other similar comps, but regardless, it was using comps. So imagine a world without comps. Okay, so in order for me to break it down to you guys, I'm going to try to compare it to something. Okay, so take for instance a tangible item, not a tangible asset, because an item doesn't become an asset until it's valuable. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to use this current novel or autobiography that I'm reading by Dan Bilzerian. It's called The Setup. Okay, so for the ones that don't know Dan Bilzerian, he's a world-class poker player. He has nearly 33 million followers on IG. He's a successful entrepreneur, recent author, and self-proclaimed ladies man. Okay, so I paid about $50 for this book on Amazon. So after reading this book, I perceive this value to be greater than $50 based on the information that I read from here. Let's just say that I found it life-changing. So I value this book. My perceived value of this book is greater than $50. So after reading this, I decided to sell it. Now, there's important factors to consider when I do actually sell it. You got to consider print runs, if the book is rare or not, if it's a hardback, paperback. For my case, it is a hardback book. The condition of the book, the relevance of the book and how it plays in today's world. And I may also want to consider my audience. Who do I want to sell it to? Do I want to sell it to more of the younger generation, the older generation, or kind of like maybe the middle age group? All of these I want to consider if I do decide to sell it. Now, let's say that my perceived value on this book is $125. The perfect scenario for me is to recoup the cost of the book plus a little bit more. That's the ideal scenario. So say I put this book on sale for $125. That's my perceived value. And let's just say 3 weeks goes by and there isn't any takers. I may want to lower that cost maybe to $100 to see if there's any takers. And I keep evaluating each week that it doesn't get sold. So I keep doing that until it gets sold or somebody actually bites. So why am I saying all this? Well, I just explained to you what considerations I would take and characteristics about the book if I was to sell it on the market today without using comps. Now, Brownie, you're like, well, what's this got to do with sports cards? I'll tell you a bit. Let's compare it now to a sports card. I don't want to take the most popular cards of today. I don't want to take any of the popular players, Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. I don't want to take any of the GOATs, as you would say, of the today's sports. I want to take a medium to average card that people may have forgotten. Okay, so I have this 2005 Bowman Chrome Silver Refractor of Vincent Jackson. It is his rookie card. Like I mentioned, it's a refractor and it's in a BGS 9.5. Okay, and this is also numbered 34 out of 50. Okay, see if the camera can get it. So 34 out of 50. Vincent Jackson. Now, some of his accolades includes he's a 3-time Pro Bowler. He's an all-time Chargers legend. And he's top 10 in Chargers franchise career receiving and touchdowns. I paid about $25 back in May of 2021. Okay, so other things about this card. As I mentioned, it's serial numbered to 50. It's a pop 3 with no grades higher than this. It's a gem mint card. The condition of the slab itself is in perfect condition. There isn't any scratches. There's no cracks. It's in pretty good condition. So let's say everything that I just explained from Vincent Jackson's accolades, I explained the condition of the card, I explained the characteristics of the card itself, the condition. After all that, if I was if I was to put this card on the market, I would value this at $200. That's my own perceived value of this card. So $200 today, I would put this on the market. Now I have to mention this. My perceived value of this card is going to always be different from somebody else's perceived value, but that's okay. As long as you can explain of how and why you came to that conclusion. I just explained everything of how, in my own perception, my own perceived perception, how I got to that value, $200. It could have been more, it could have been less, but that's my own perceived value. So what did I just do? I valued a card with everything I just explained without using comps. So imagine a world without comps. So imagine a world where the value of a card is only based on the player themselves, the condition, and the significance of the card itself, and not on previous sales. Am I making sense here? Something to think about, guys.